step to the – they got to get it to the 33, just past the 33, closer to the 34 to get this first down on third down and long. Of course, from here on, isn't it 4-down territory as they'll go under pressure? McAmis just
didn't even
launches
look.
One incomplete down the sideline, and it'll bring up fourth down. He had no time as the Cats brought everybody. Brought 8 probably there. He just at least 7.
He just slung the ball. He didn't have any idea where it was going, and it sailed all the way into the visiting grandstands over there at about the 50-yard line. So 4th and 13, you can't. I don't guess you can go for it from there deep in your own end, so they're going to have to punt it.
Yeah,
but that's a backbreaker for the Warriors.
Yeah, they pinned their ears back on that play. It's really the most pressure we've seen applied. As Coach Sid Noor and Curtis Price, the co-defensive coordinators, picked the right time to bring the pressure. 6:15 on the clock, and the Bearcats are going to be getting the football back. A high snap. Bowling gets it off to the right. Davidson is going to let it hit, and it bounces at the 50 and kicks out of bounds around the 47-yard line back in their own territory. So the Bearcats will have nice field position, but at this moment, it doesn't really matter all that much. You're nursing a 13-point lead with 6:05 to go.
What you'd really like to see here, is some of that clock tick away. Central still has all 3 of their timeouts, so need to do something to make them burn those. Again, I would keep the ball on the ground and try to run off as much clock as you could.
But I will say, if you're going to go 3 and out, if you're going to not score on a drive in your Wise Central, you want to leave enough time to get the defense back out to get a stop. So on the side of things, yes, they didn't get the first down when they needed to or get a drive when they needed to, but they only took minimal time to do so. As this time, Stevie Thomas breaks through a couple of blockers. He's up past the 40 down to the 30, and he's loose. There is a flag down as Thomas is down inside the 10-yard line, and he is slow to get up down inside. Actually, I think he's just frustrated.
That's Bazell with a hold all the way down the field.
Yeah, he was down around the 25-yard line. Bazell was, as Thomas was loose down the sideline. Another crucial penalty on the Bearcats. And that's been the one thing, penalties at the wrong times this season. And that's a big penalty, as Thomas was going to set the Cats up.
Should still give the Cats the first down, of course, but
still.
Yeah, that negates a gigantic play, and clearly it was a hold, or at least it looked like it from here. So,
yeah, Wise Central guys still wanting to move them back a little bit further, but of course from the spot of that penalty, it'll still be over the 50, and the Cats are in white now. They're going to move the football back to around the 35-yard line, inside the 35 at the 33. So with the penalty, it ends up being, a net gain for the Cats, but you lose about, 25 yards in the process as they were down inside the 10.
And the clock stopped.
5:52 on the clock. First down and 10, again brought to you by BSN Sports in Bristol, nation's largest sporting goods distributor. This time a handoff left side to Aaron Rose. Rose runs over a defender at the 20 or at the 30 and falls forward near the 26-yard line, and it's a gain of about 7 on the play. Make that 6 yards for Rose. Second down and 4 coming up. Nice run there by Aaron. 5:20 on the clock as it gets back to rolling here in the fourth quarter with a 27-14 advantage for the Virginia High Bearcats. Second half that has been anything but pretty, but the Cats holding on to a 2-score lead as a giveaway to Rose again up the middle. He's inside the 25 for a close to what could be a first down for the Cats. He's right at the sticks, and they're going to go ahead
and give it to him.
Give it to him, and it's another BSN Sports first down for Virginia High. 5 minutes on the clock, and that'll get it back up and rolling as Austin Davidson subs out, and they bring back Colton Ratcliffe into the game after he caught his breath after taking that big hit on the previous possession. This time Stevie Thomas working off the right side, trying to get to the edge. Gets tripped up, stays up, fakes a man out and falls forward near the sticks, out of bounds off to the right side, and we have a late hit out of bounds, it looks like, as we had a player fall into Stevie well past after he fell into the first down marker down the side there. We had another hit applied, and a flag flew up.
Yeah, the quarterback there for Central, McAmis, he had Stevie wrapped up in the backfield, and he's just able to squirm right out of there to pick up more yardage. And, yeah, we think we got a late hit out of bounds. We'll look for the call here.
So that's about a 7-yard gain, make it 6 for him. But, again, the penalty, a late hit will be another additional yardage for the Bearcats. So add that to the end of the play.
There should be a half a distance to the goal penalty there.
So that'll set the Bearcats up inside the 10 at around the 9-yard line as that penalty occurred around the 19 or 18-yard line.
So Cats are in the State Line Motors red zone. Be sure you view State Line Motors' entire inventory online at StatelineMotorsVA.com.
First and goal for the Cats as they're inside Wise territory at the 6-yard line. They'll go 3 wide receivers in this package. Hand off to Stevie Thomas around the left side. Stevie cuts back, breaks 2 tackles to the right end zone. He falls in and he outstretched. He's got 6. Touchdown Cats. And Stevie Thomas puts the nail into the coffin of Wise Central tonight. 4:36 on the clock, 33-14. What a run there by the freshman.
Yeah, how good is this kid now? Just imagine how good he's going to be in years to come. They found him truly a special back there in Stevie Thomas. Getting some more carries here over the last 2 weeks, and he's as good as advertised, as good as we expected. Seeing him, in the benefit game and the scrimmage earlier in the year. So Cats will come out to attempt another extra point. Ratcliffe in. Lathrop with the hold. Going to be to the end zone to our left. And, hey, that's a fourth-quarter touchdown.
Yeah, we finally get another fourth-quarter touchdown. We had 6 fourth-quarter points through the first 3 ball games as the Cats run a late addition onto the field for this extra
Comes
point
the count,
attempt.
The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up and blocked again.
And they jumped over the top of the Bearcat offensive line, so that will be a penalty, a leaping penalty on Wise Central that'll move the ball forward and give the Cats another chance at this extra point. So it looked like he was offsides. He was jumping over before the snap. Will be interesting to see what they call. Of course, leaping will be a personal foul usually is that's what it's signaled as.
Yeah, it is a personal foul, but just
it's really a player safety rule. Yeah, but on a punt it would be even bigger.
We're going to move that thing 6 inches and
reset it.
Yep.
Try to kick another one.
Well, I guess a yard. I guess you pick up a yard.
Fans starting to file out after that 6-yard run from Stevie Thomas. He started to the left side, broke a tackle, cut back to the right.
So we'll try this again. So Cats line up one more time. There's the count. Here is the snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and this time it is through.
That one was pounded through the uprights by Colton Ratcliffe. 34-14, the Cats retake a 20-point advantage with 4:36 to go in the ball game. Stevie Thomas, according to our statistician, Kevin Corbett, 97 yards rushing for Stevie Thomas, the freshman, for the Bearcats. So it may be a coming-out performance here. 9 carries for 97 yards for the freshman.
So just under a 10-yard per carry average. I like it.
And take away the holding there, and he's over 100 on the big play down the field. But the Cats score anyway. The first touchdown here, the second half, is what had been a slow start to the second half of action. The Bearcats get what looks to be the game-clinching touchdown with 4:36 to go.
So you've cut back on everything from lattes to lunches, but if you're still coming up short at the end of the month, try this. Give State Farm agent Barbara Williams in Bristol a call for a free discount double check. She'll show you how something as simple as combining car and home policies could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why State Farm agent Barbara Williams is here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Speaking of discount double check, what about Rogers last week against the Bears?
Yeah, you know what they do? Just strap on a new leg when he was in that injury tent
totally
Sunday night.
Half. It was an awesome game to watch. As we have the State Line
Motors
kickoff. I guess
if you're a Packer fan.
It was. Returnable from the 30-yard line, and he's up in as the Bearcat special teams fired up, gets down there, and the tackle made at the 39-yard line. That was an up man who returned it, Tyson Tester, a freshman. He's the main defender on this Wise Central defense. He, of course, averaging 7.5 tackles a game right there. He was on the kick return team. So the orange and black starting to leave homecoming, but they're going to leave happy tonight.
Garbage time, as they say, I believe, from here with just 4.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Cats with a 20-point lead, 34-14. Of course, you can't count anything
young guys out. Yeah, we got some younger guys out on the field. I see at least one name, Gage Richard, is in at linebacker, getting a little bit of time. Justin Lewis also into the ballgame. That whole defensive line basically brand new other than Travis Williams, who's going to switch out and move to the left side of that defensive line. McAmis in the pistol set. He'll pitch it out wide this time, and a nice tackle made out in space by, I believe, Cooper Gobble. And it is Cooper Gobble with the tackle after a 4-yard gain by C.J. Crabtree. And it'll bring up second down at 6.
A lot of points going on in that Twin Valley Northwood game here in the second half. Twin Valley now in the lead there, 52-30.
That game has turned around quickly. Wasn't Northwood up like 24-0 at one point?
No, Twin Valley was, though, before Northwood ever finally got on the board. So
that shows how much I've been paying attention to you today, right?
Holston now leads Castlewood 32-6.
3:45 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. They're going to run a jet sweep left side. Getting to the edge, has a couple of blockers. Will Brown will run him out of bounds, though, as Maddox Reynolds took the jet sweep, a freshman for Wise Central. Took it across the 50 down to the 40-yard line. A nice gain, close to 22 on the carry. So a nice gain there as they were finally able to get to the edge. They've tried to do that all night, basically, but
so we have a final in that Chilhowie-George Wythe game. I'm just kind of sitting here wondering, when's the last time George Wythe was shut out?
Ooh, is that what happened?
39-0 is the final.
They run a jet sweep right side and a gain of about 9. It'll bring up second down and 1 as they get closer to the red zone. They're in Bearcat territory, Wise Central is. 3:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats lead 34-14 over the Warriors. This game's similar to last year's game. You know, Wise hanging around, but you kind of felt like the Cats were going to take care of business, and it seems that way. You know, they had us on edge going into the fourth quarter, though, to say the least.
Here's a stat from our buddy Travis Terry of HogoHiggy.com. Chilhowie, this is their 5th ever victory over George Wythe, and it's the first time they've beaten George Wythe in Chilhowie since 1995.
Been a while. This time a streak route cutting inside the 5 as they connect on about a 28-yard pass there down inside the 5-yard line, make it about 26 on the completion inside the 5 to the 4 as they hit. Looked like the running back Crabtree on a little, he was in the slot, he just ran a streak, and they found an open soft spot in the zone, and they're inside the red zone. Wise Central is with 3:25 on the clock. They'll run jet sweep left side one more time, falling forward. A couple of arms holding up for Wise, saying it's a touchdown, but no signal yet from the referee down there. They're going to run it down to about the 1-yard line, inside the 1, where it's second down and goal for Wise Central.
Another final here. John Battle beats Lebanon 28-0.
So a shutout for the Trojans. They win their second straight game after an 0-2 start. Lost, of course, to Abingdon and to Virginia High here at the Gene before turning it around, beating Holston last week, now beating Lebanon tonight. As this time they'll go straight up the middle, and it's a touchdown run for C.J. Crabtree. Second of the game, 4th for the season for Crabtree, the sophomore for Wise Central. And it's 34-20 with the extra point looming. So a 1-yard touchdown run for C.J. Crabtree with 2:41 to go here in the fourth.
Peyton Rogers on to attempt the extra point. Now for the Warriors. There's the count, the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up. It's low and no good.
So the score will remain 34-20 after the missed extra point. But a nice drive by Wise, showing no quit. Still 2:41 on the clock. You get an onside, you never know.
Yeah, you still got all 3 timeouts remaining. Only down 14 points.
That missed extra point hurt you. Like you said, it sort of caught us back up, after missing the one early in the first half. So the Cats leading 34-20. Again, if you can't get enough Southwest Virginia football, did you know that there's a website dedicated to all 46 Southwest Virginia teams? Visit CoalfieldSports.com. Plus, Bearcat fans can enjoy previews and recaps each week from our beat writer Doug Rose.
I'm scrolling all the social media accounts I can think to